Expect mispronunciations, biased conjecture, and unsubstantiated facts. This is Mediacore Opinions, Gaming Edition. And this is Flinthook. Firstly, if you have no idea what I'm on about, you can watch the gameplay and I'll give you a summary. But in addition, you should take the 2 minutes to watch the Flinthook explained in 2 minutes, which is linked on the screen, or the first link in the description. Here's my very quick rundown. Bionic Commando, Mega Man and Binding of Isaac were torn apart and put back together with Bionic Commando's swing arm, Mega Man's platforming, and Binding of Isaac's shooting and game modifiers, while keeping a roguelite pixel art style and difficulty that is associated with some of these games. Stitch it up with some collectible card packs and relics, keep the blood of XP pumping through its veins, and there we have it, Flinthook. A game poised to get you hyped with vague nostalgia and keep you hooked with progression mechanics. For a game that sucked me in for about 13 hours according to Steam, I all but forgot about it until I was looking to play something using a controller. I got this for my birthday, thank you Iceman, and those aesthetics just pulled me in. Clearly this must be a soft spot for me, but dang, just look at it. No, scratch that. Watch some of this intro and tell me it doesn't pump you up like some Steven Universe One Piece in speed! Note, during the edit I was playing this intro song on loop non-stop. It's got great visual, great audio design that just smack you around the head before you've even started a level. Let's hit on some good positives here. The animations and sounds are very strong with an emphasis on everything fitting nicely together. This adds to the chaotic nature of the game as you're playing it. Each level is randomly generated by using a tiled set of rooms which you begin to learn. The usage of the rooms tile set is a good idea in general, but some of the layouts can cause you damage no matter what you do when you enter them. Feels a little bit cheap when that happens. The save feature, basically a flag in the sand between ship levels, is a nice way to keep on the run that you're on, saved in case you need to exit between them, which is nice as people can get busy or get called away unexpectedly. Now on to some gripes that I have with Flinthook. Shooting through walls, basically you're unable to do that as far as I can tell, but the enemies are not being constrained by the same rule set as the player, so when they shoot through the walls it also feels a little bit cheap. Repeated enemies in similar levels. So I was surprised with the actual number of enemies being more than my perception of them. So this perception of having repeated enemies was made all the stronger with the very similar levels you play through. There are over 30 enemies, which has its number increased even further with the green variant added, which does cause you to employ different tactics compared to the usual enemies. This is not a new technique. Time Crisis 2 barely has any enemies, but it has a variety of bosses and levels where I feel Flinthook's base game falls short. It felt like you're just playing through the same shuffled map regardless of the level attributes there are and the boss encounters. These grunts feel like they're being repeated over and over, but that's not it. It's the lack of variety in the rooms, the lack of variety in the combat scenarios, even the lack of cover from enemy projectiles all contribute to the game being less engaging and ultimately forgettable. The opposite feeling of what I had with Binding of Isaac's base game. I have put in minimal time into this game and I still get the feeling that I've seen all of it apart from new bosses, so it just doesn't really stick in the mind. It doesn't have the same hook as Mega Man or Bionic Commando, even the new side-scroller versions of those, where they have a greater sense of progression with those games. Otherwise with Flinthook you feel like you've taken a big leap after defeating a boss, but then gets undercut because you're right back doing the same type of ship, shooting the same type of enemies. This game seems to be more akin to a quick fling rather than a deep relationship. Beautiful, exciting, full of promise, but when it's not in your presence, dies back down and fades away from your memory. Definitely recommend it, but if you're not convinced from watching the gameplay that this will hook you as other roguelikes have, I would wait for a sale as you may have a similar experience to me. Now, using the scoring system that I've picked out, akin to my enemy list: 1, appalling; 2, horrible; 3, very bad; 4, bad; 5, average; 6, fine; 7, good; 8, very good; 9, great; and 10, masterpiece. I would give this a solid 8. Very good for what you're paying. Very good when you're playing it, but with the caveat that when you're not in the middle of it, some of its flaws may rise to the surface and turn you off from playing it again. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mediacore Opinions, and I would love to hear your opinions as well. You can do this via the comments or on Twitter at Moltile. Links are below to all the bits: Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, etc. Hope you're all having a great day. Be excellent to one another. Boop boop boop. Again, this is a bit different. I'm still having some audio problems, but I thought I might as well just go ahead and get this done. If you have any opinions, please share and we'll discuss away in the comments below. The scoring explanation. Just a quick recap of how I'm rating the media in this video. As this is my opinion, I've decided to use the My Anime List scoring system, as the attached words can illustrate how that media rates for me and is similar to how I feel the score should be represented. The scoring system is 1. Appalling, 2. Horrible, 3. Very bad, 4. Bad, 5. Average, 6. Fine, 7. Good, 8. Very good, 9. Great, and 10. Masterpiece. Pay close attention to number 5, average. To me, this means middle of the road, ordinary, typical, nothing too special, but nothing too unpleasant. As scores can mean different things depending on the person, I wanted to add this into the end of the video to show what it means to me. If your thoughts are the same, or they differ on any points that I raised today, please discuss in the comments. I would love to read them. Okay, this was the actual end. Thanks very much for watching. Be excellent to one another. Boop boop boop.